By far, the biggest mistake that pet grooming business owners make is not charging enough for their services. In this video, I'm going to tell you all of my do's and don'ts when it comes to setting or adjusting your pet grooming pricing. My name is Savana. I am the owner and operator of Pause and Relax Mobile Pet Grooming and Reiki Services. I work out of this DIY van build that my husband and I converted together ourselves, and I help pet lovers and pet groomers start and scale their businesses on a budget to help them increase their income fast. If this interests you, I encourage you to check out the free resources like my workbook or my free business training in the links down below. So quite a while ago, I had posted this reel on my Instagram that kind of blew up. I plead to you, price your worth from the very beginning. If you're not sure what you should be pricing, I am here to tell you, do not price on par with those around you. I actually want you to price higher. If you're not sure how to do that, send me a DM as I would love to help you out and tell you more about my pricing strategy. You can make 100K grooming dogs. So today I'm going to go over the do's and don'ts of setting or adjusting your pricing. And then in the follow-up video to this, we are going to talk about why you should be pricing higher than your competition. Let's get into the content. So first, let's start with the things you do not want to do when you are setting or adjusting your pet grooming service prices. The very first one is to charge less or the same amount as the competition or everyone else around you. If you have watched my channel before, you know that I actually don't believe in competition in the pet grooming world. I think there is a spot for everybody, and there is also a price point for every client. Now, I actually used to give the advice to price on par with those around you, but how do you know that that's the correct price? How do you know that that groomer isn't pricing the same as everyone around them, and maybe your prices are way too low? Also, perhaps you are offering different services or perks than those groomers as well. The next thing not to do when setting your prices is to give away free grooms or even largely discounted grooms, especially to people you know or your neighbors, just because you think you should give them a discount. I find that as humans, for whatever reason, we are much more likely to pay full price to people we don't even know, like influencers or celebrities. If they are our family or our neighbor, people automatically assume we're going to give a discount. But we need to train our clients, whether they're family or neighbors, that when we are doing their dog, giving them a discount is actually taking away from our income. So especially in the beginning, you might be tempted to give out free discounts or largely discounted grooms, but I actually strongly advise against that. I would set, maybe this is up to you, but a 10% off for friends and family type of thing. Be very transparent and explain to them that you can't give them a free groom. The next thing not to do is to set your prices low, hoping to raise them higher when you are more established, more confident, or you have more experience. Trust me, raising your prices later on is much harder than you think. I also do not want you to set your prices without doing proper calculations. Once again, don't just throw out some number. Don't just charge $60 because the groomer down the street charges $60. You don't know their rent. You don't know their situation. You don't know if they have employees. You don't know the type or quality of product that they use. You don't know anything about that groomer's background. You need to do calculations before you set your pricing. I also do not want you to have a set price for every breed or size. What this looks like is that a small dog is $30, a medium dog is $80, an extra large dog is $200. There is so many variables between each breed, each size, that you cannot guarantee a price. When it comes to pricing, I always like to follow and either I have to see the dog to price it, and additionally, quote high but charge low. Quote more than you think it is going to be. Do not lock yourself into a price where the owner comes to pick up and you have to say, oh, by the way, this took so much longer. It's going to be $10 extra, but your website says that a Pekingese is $50. Just don't lock yourself into a price ever. Next, let's move on to my list of things that you do want to do when you're setting or adjusting your prices. The very first one is to charge more than your competition. Now, there is a very long list of reasons why you want to do this, and it actually has the opposite effect that you think it might. You might think that if you charge more than the people around you, that no one is going to want to come to you, but it's actually the opposite. They see you as high value and that you're going to provide a better service. The list goes on and on. There's so many reasons that I'm going to make a separate video on this topic, but I want you to price higher than those around you. Next, I want you to calculate all of your business and your personal expenses, and then add a pricing strategy on top of that. Do that without looking at any of your competitors' numbers. You need to make sure that you can pay all of your business's bills and that you can pay your personal bills as well, while also taking home some money for yourself. If those numbers do not equal out, if you think they're crazy expensive, then you might need to rework your business strategy, your business plan, hire an employee, switch to a one service model. There's lots of options, but you need to make sure that you are actually making money. Next, I want you to ask inquiring clients, if it's over the phone or if it's through email, you're asking them how long it's been since their last groom, you're asking them for photos, any information you can get from them to try to give the most accurate pricing. But in the most ideal situation, I actually want you to be following a consultation method. Now, this will also come out in an upcoming video, but this is where you actually meet with the client face to face before a grooming appointment is even booked. This way, you can get to know the dog can get to know you. You can gauge if that client is a good fit for you. Remember that we only want to attract and take on our dream clients. And then, because the dog is in person, you can give the most accurate pricing quote. Next, I want you, as I had mentioned earlier, to follow a quote high but charge lower approach. If you quote somebody $200 and they are okay with that price, but then you take $10 off, $20 off, they are going to be even more impressed. You actually charge them less because it was less work, but maybe they don't know that you just priced them a little bit higher. In the same regard, in business, I also want you to follow a promise low but deliver high. If you're not sure if you can save Fluffy's coat because it's matted, tell them that it's going to have to be shaved. But if that client wanted it a bit fluffier, you're able to keep it a bit fluffier, then you delivered higher than they were expecting, and they are going to be impressed with your services. Next, if possible, I would like you to get clients to inquire about pricing, either through a consultation method in person or over the phone. This means not to have your prices priced on Facebook or your website. And why this is because we want to attract our dream high-paying clients so we don't have to work as hard and we don't get burnt out, which equals us enjoying our jobs and the pets still. So when they have to contact you for a price, this allows us to implement a sales strategy to the pet owners, show them how you are different than other groomers and why that higher price point is the right fit for them. Now, there are techniques I can teach you guys about selling your high-priced services without feeling sleazy and giving the clients value for that money. Jumping off of that last point, if you fight me on this and you want to post your prices online for whatever reason, I just do not want you to lock yourself into specific prices. You always want to put starting at and then whatever the price, implying that not every Shih Tzu is $85. It starts at $85, it goes up from there depending on coat, temperament, how long it takes, etc. Whether you price your services online or not, you do want to outline your policies and also mention that there could be additional charges due to behavior, matting, etc. And that is all I have for you guys today. In the next video, we will discuss why you should be pricing higher than the other pet groomers around you, all of the reasons that can actually increase business for you and help you gain your dream clientele. If that interests you, or if any other pet grooming and pet business tips interest you, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button below, as I have been uploading new videos every single week and I would love to have you part of my YouTube family. Thanks guys, see you in my next video.